This is a regular van with a bunch of my stuff in it. And yet, this winter I made it through 20-degree weather. So I want to show you how I did it. There's a few things that I did to make this warmer. Window insulation, blocking off the bulkhead, switching out and changing my coverings, and then blocking off certain areas. You have to just do it. You have to just get out there, just move in, and just sort of figure it out. You can watch as many videos as you want, but you'll never really understand what you really need to do to make it comfortable for you to live in it. When I first started living here, like I said, it was in 20-degree weather. It was right in the thick of winter. We were still getting snow where I am. And I just needed a different place to live. So I came in here, I put a bunch of stuff in here, and I had no idea what it was gonna be like for the first few nights. It was so cold. I just had this comforter right here and a sheet, and I was using a futon that kind of like folded up into these 3 separate sections, and I would slide it underneath this back bench. Yeah, that was really freaking cold. And so what I eventually did, this was a little bit after I'd figured out some other solutions to make it warm, was that I brought in this 20-degree sleeping bag. So it's pretty good. It doesn't actually work down to 20 degrees. It's more like 35. And then I switched out my futon for like an air mattress that I blow up, and it works pretty good. And for some reason that gave me a little bit more warmth, because I have this rubber flooring here and that gets kind of cold. So I would use this sleeping bag, and then I would put this comforter over me with this brown sheet down here. But there's a few changes that made it so much easier for me, and one of them you can probably see right now is these green flooring insulation that I got off of job sites. They were just throwing it away, so I figured I'd give it a try, and it ended up working really well. I think I got probably like 3 to 4 more hours of warmth at night, because I usually turn on the heat, leave it on for a while, and then this would hold the heat in pretty well, because I've got so many windows in here. It's essentially, the walls are about 50% window, and I just taped it together. Then I cut it a little bit larger than the actual size of the window, and I pressed it in, and I could see the creases that I was making, and I just cut a little bit wider than those creases, and that worked super well. It got me, like I said, a few more hours of warmth. I put this blanket down here, and it just sits on the edge of this bench, and it kind of blocked off the cold air, and there's still cold air back there that kind of comes through these back doors. So that helped a ton, because my head and face wasn't as cold at night, because I sleep with my head down on this side. Last but not least, I didn't mention this, but as you can hear up here, that noise, that's the fans from the car and the heat from the car on right now. I did this for maybe about 15 minutes at night before I had this bulkhead covering up, and that got it up to a good temperature where I felt comfortable and even like a little bit warm. And then I would turn it off, I would block off the bulkhead, and then set everything up, and I'd be good to go. And that got me honestly through, like I said, like 20s. We were getting snow. Certain times I'd wake up and there would actually be snow on the van. But it worked. I got through, and now since it's like in the 40s or 50s, it's so nice. Like, it's perfect. Now I don't even know if I want it to get any warmer than this. It's starting to get a little bit warmer. I think I'm gonna take down all this floor insulation, maybe get rid of it, because I actually don't know if I'm gonna be living in here next year, but probably be married, so I'll probably get rid of that, and what I want to do is just get some black felt and put like magnets on it. I'm sure you've seen some people do this, or Velcro, and just kind of stick it up on the windows, and then do that, and also put curtains up. That'll be nice. In the summer, I'm not going to need anything more than just curtains, I'm sure. There are a few improvements that I want to mention before I finish this video. First of all, I want to get a rug, like a really nice rug that just kind of spans this whole space down here. I think that'll keep it a little bit warmer, the floor warmer when I'm sleeping on it. Also, instead of this sheet here, I want to pick up a thermal curtain. And that's something that I actually haven't seen in a lot of vans. There's not too many manufacturers of them. Most people just do like a sheet like this, like a railing that it rolls in. But I actually want to get a thermal curtain because it definitely adds some R value, and they're like perfectly built for this opening here. And you can get them in from a manufacturer in Europe, and you just get a rail, stick it on there, and they got these little plastic windows you can see through and stuff, and they like zip up and down. So apparently those are really good for keeping it cool back here. That's the plan. If you have any questions or any ideas,